well, if I can't beat him, I might as well ignore him and run for the hills. Hey, welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we learned that the ship for Torna was actually a giant robot. So that's very convenient. And this time, we also had some plan to hopefully stop Malthus controlling the Titans or whatever. No promises if that'll actually work, though. Now, I am curious if being down here will end up de-aggroing him. So we can just grab this chest here. Otherwise, we do have the elevator as a new landmark, so we can just respawn there if we were to conveniently perish. It actually really helps. I'm surprised they're not fighting me. I'll give it, like, just a few more seconds. I don't think he's going away. Yeah, he's not going away. I was gonna say, oh, now he goes away. It's probably because I, was out of the area. It's a really low down death plane, jeez. Like, I get it that, it's vertical area, you have, the... death plane also applies for the area below, but, like, that still is a really low death plane. Omega Drive, Legendary Core Crystal. Just solid stuff overall. Obviously, Legendary Core Crystal is very nice to have.
Let us go.
Especially for later. But yeah, we're getting close-ish to the end of the game, and again, I've talked a lot about how I do like the twist. I mean, again, I feel like they probably could have done it a little bit more subtly, but, like, that's, for the most part, that's kind of just nitpicking. Can we just... Okay, we are going to have to fight all of these. That'll be fun. Yeah, because, well, I mean, theoretically, we wouldn't if we managed to defeat the Sentry, before it used any moves. But, yeah. Honestly, it probably is a little bit better to fight the Chameleon as opposed to the, Margot. Margot is, of course, annoying with the Shackle Blade and the lowering affinity, but I think the Chameleon are more actively dangerous, just because they do have that... Thank you for conveniently using Assault Melee. Just launch and... Oh. We got toppled before we could use the smash. We'll still have enough to... Sure. Would have preferred if it was Cosmos 3, but Bridget 3 is not bad either. Oh, there are now Phoebus here. I did forget that the Margot can actually spawn enemies. Yeah, well. I mean, Phoebus really aren't that bad, so it's not a huge issue. And let's... That hurts. Also very much hurts that I'm missing everything. And... would really appreciate getting the topple off. Oh, well, too late for that. Jesus. Just revived you yet. You guys have a lot of AoE, I think is the big issue that's been popping up. Well, and the other Chameleon, of course. What? Why did it not launch? Why did it not launch? I had the... We're probably losing this, but... Well, we're definitely losing this then. Yeah. Right? Surely we lose this. Sadly, it's Crescent 3 and not Crescent 2. Why the fuck didn't it topple? Oh, some of these enemies, my lord.
I'll bash you up proper next time, I swear.
Be wary not to
Whatever.
push yourself too hard.
I really like the aesthetic of the enemies here. I mean, it was definitely interesting in Origin having a lot more of those. Were they more shadowy enemies? I think there were also robots in Origin. But you know what? Here, well, let's actually do things a little bit tactically. Come on. There we are. Just focus down on one enemy at a time. Oh, effectively one Familian at a time. I honestly don't think that the Familian are the worst. They're definitely the most annoying. Like, fighting them one-on-one, super easy. But it's when they're combined with everything else that all of the aspects that they do have, you know, being able to inflict break, being able to inflict topple, yeah, by themselves is really annoying. It depends on the game, but like some of the games allow you to help up your party members if they're toppled. This is not one of the games that does. Like, you know, one that launched me overboard. Oh, it launched me overboard. Okay, this is also a very precarious area to fight in. But like, Familians are like the Sovereigns. Any of the Sovereigns are not enemies that you'll find any place, like anywhere else in the series other than in the World Tree. Of course, there's the different types of Sovereigns that are, of course, going to be, you know, a bit annoying. But again, that's one thing that I feel like is really good about the Xenoblade series, is that you kind of learn what enemy types capabilities, like what types of capabilities enemies have. I'm terribly worded that, but like you have. Again, you learn that, alright, Familions are annoying because they can do this, this, and this. Or, you know, elsewhere you might have, like, oh, I don't know, Frogs are easy because they don't really do anything too dangerous. They have a little bit of damage over time, but aside from that, it's pretty okay. Like, Rhinons have a really high block rate. Things like that, where you kind of just, overall, you progressively learn what different enemies' capabilities are, and they keep it consistent throughout the series, for the most part. There's a few times where they change things a little bit. Aspars were changed pretty massively from 2 to 3. Aspars in 2 have an entire second health bar, while in 3, their shedding skin or whatever it's called, I believe that only just powers them up. Doesn't restore any HP. So, yeah, you kind of just, you learn what they're all good at, and again, it really helps you strategize, alright, what types of enemies do I not like facing, and what do I really want to be fighting more or fighting less. And that's something that, again, I feel like there's quite a few series that don't really do that, whether it's just because it's a fairly disconnected series, or, like, Xenoblade is pretty disconnected from each other, but, like, for example, like, Fire Emblem is a bunch of disconnected games, and, I mean, generally you might have some solid ideas, like, okay, axes are gonna do a lot more, axes hurt a lot more, you know, lances, your weapon triangle, and by weapon triangle, I mean swords and then everything else. Sometimes lances are annoying. but yeah, it kind of just leads to like, it feels not like to say that it feels satisfying sounds like really overhyping it, but it does feel satisfying a bit to be like, oh, okay, I know what type of enemy this is, and I know how I want to counter it. And I know what this enemy is capable of, so I know whether or not I want to deal with it. You know, it's just an overall, you know, it makes you feel all nice and warm inside about, you know, knowing how to do things and knowing the game. Because it's a fairly easy thing to find out. I mean, you get into a few fights with, you know, certain types of enemies, you kind of just figure out, you know, what ones you've been having difficulty with, what ones you're not having difficulty with. You know, things like that. And of course, again, they do change things a little bit. Turkin and Igna are changed quite a bit throughout the series. Mainly in the fact of, in the form of triangle attacks. Those only... Oh, sorry, they're chain attacks. They're chain attacks, but I said triangle because, like, you know, those are the ones that are very explicitly in a triangle. But... Oh, hello. Sure, what I do. But... like... The Turkin in 1 were capable of chain attacks, and they are not in 2 or 3. I believe Igna also same deal. I think Igna were capable of chain attacks. I think actually a couple other enemies were, but like those were more specific enemies are allowed to do chain attacks rather than type enemies. I keep forgetting that I have another launch. Only common core crystals for... It seems weird to have common core crystals drop from enemies this late. I mean, I get it, like, you don't want to, you know, go overboard with the legendaries, for example. I don't know, just having... If you have anything, have them be rares, I feel like that just makes a little bit more game progression sense. And yeah, again, I mentioned it a couple episodes ago, but you really get to see how fucking good Tora is when he finally gets Cutie Pie, because again, it just fills up his entire kit. Like, again, he's not, like, bad up until, or before getting Cutie Pie, but he's also not good. And, like, if you have basically, like, any sort of support, you know, either one person to either a person to topple, a person to launch, or a person to smash, mainly the former two. Smash the AI is not fantastic with. Probably should just let it run out so we can start getting some, you know, start getting some orbs set up for chain attack. Could be useful. So I'm going to defend my... going to really resist pressing the topple button as much as possible. Like, we can easily get a light, we can get light, we can get fire pretty easily. Yeah, light and fire are super easy. For us to get ice shouldn't be terribly difficult, especially with Aura. Earth, I think, has some pretty easy routes to it. Water has some decent ones. I mean, we have a lot of access things. We just don't have anyone with lightning, which is a bit of a mistake, probably. But I think I prefer having this sort of setup where, you know, again, it probably would be a little bit better if I had Herald and Cosmos, as opposed to switching between Cosmos and Herald and keeping Zenobia in. But still, like, I just think Zenobia's cool. I think I just really need to stop leading with PewDiePie. Dark doesn't have the greatest routes. I mean, they're not bad, but they also aren't the most ideal. What is Light? Light, I think, goes into Fire and Lightning right away. Or, Light and Lightning, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. This is actually a point where I can start going to... Actually, it might be better for me to... Can we get a topple? Oh, or can we get a break, rather? Because I'm the one in charge of topples. And... it'd be really cool if we could get a break. I mean, I'll take the Mega Explosion. And then we can probably... Once again, we can probably just do the same thing. Lead with Brigid, then Brigid for set to Cosmos. I mean, or I could go to PewDiePie. Or to Alpha. And get the ice in there, but... eh. Eh. Do that. And we go over to Alpha. Again, it's kind of... You get into the loop, and it's... And like, this game, the gameplay really escalates. Like, definitely in 3, the gameplay really starts ramping up once you get every party member available. Or, you know, all you get 6 party members, especially when you get 7. But also, like, 2 really starts ramping up late game with what you're capable of. Of course, pouch items are a very big help towards that. I know we can get to, okay, yeah, we can do anything from water. Which, yeah, this is quite the interesting fight. Not difficult at all, which is surprising considering that this is 5 levels higher than us. But, again, it's just a combination of easy enemy types, and just a good squad in general. Like, we're definitely not this definitely isn't the most powerful group you could get, but this is still pretty good. We'll go with the final disaster. Zenobia should be able to bonk you pretty badly. I don't think it'll kill. Oh, that's mine. That's Zenobia. She does a lot more damage against unique monsters. Titanium Vest, we can finally remove... Yeah, I've had the Abyss Vest on Rex for so long. You know, the one that we got all the way at the beginning of the game? Because it's really good. Okay, well, technically I don't have the same... No, that is the same one. Like, that's still really good. That's a, like, mid-game level item that you just get, well, that you're told to get so super quickly. As we come outside the, the exterior of the World Tree,
Hey, look what I found.
over to the 7th Perimeter Skyport, start seeing a few more natural enemies, as well as a bunch of Indoline enemies. Sentinel, some Loyalists. Sentinel's pretty big boys out there. I believe they are counted as Titans, for purposes of your different damage boosts. Again, I believe that is the case. Titans are probably the weirdest one, because it's between, like, some might be Titans, some might be, beasts, animals, whatever. It's kind of weird between that. But that one, Praetorian Medea. We also get Blade Bots showing up. Those are required for... Those were required for PewDiePie, I think. Right? think it was Cutie
Cognition
Pie's,
circuits
this one?
updated.
Haywire Radcliffe, the World Tree. We have fought him before. I could view that. I could have sworn one of these needed... Yeah, okay, it was this one. Pop Ignition 4 that needed it. I may potentially, at some point, just go through and see what S ranks I can get. I might do that, like, right before the...
Come and get it!
like, right before the final boss fight, maybe? Possibly. Not sure.
Poppy! You're up!
Poppy got it! Both friends, hold tight.
Let's go!
Rex and the Aegis? What are they doing?
Unless... Open fire! Don't let them near!
Just do it from here, okay?
Okay.
We're in a good spot. Let's go. See-ya!
I've locked on. Siren!
Mithra!
Rex!
Come on! Did it work?
It's stopped.
Our chum's only gone and done it!
Poppy, do Tora proud! No problem at all, Master Pawn.
Eminence, the amp towers are...
Curse those fools! Do you even know what you've done?
Why?
What are you hanging around here for? Go!
That voice. Mick? That you?
You're chasing Jin and Malos, right?
I said go!
Why would you...
Beats me. I don't even know anymore.
Mikhail...
I really hate this world. Like, really. And humans, most of all.
You used to be human.
But you know what? There were people I loved, once. When I look at you guys, it reminds me of them. I wonder if the people I loved were still around. Would things be different? I wonder that.
And I start doubting myself.
Mikhail? It's Rex, right? Yeah. Have you found your answer?
I have, and it's pretty spectacular.
I see. Well then, I'll leave Jin to you. Now go. Get after him already. Tell him your answer. Amalthus, time to end this! Ha!
Who do you take me for?
What happened? Are you alone?
Looks like the only survivor. These burn patterns don't look like Malice's handiwork. Must have been humans. Looting and pillaging while the world burns.
Hey, it's okay. Would you like to come with us? You don't have to worry. Really. We're all good people. Promise.
Can you walk? You can. Good going.
Forgive us, Jin. We're going on ahead.
Mikhail.
And it's sinking. Never thought I'd see the day when Tone of all people would be saving our hides. Mikhail, can't let this go to waste. You're right. Let's go after Jin. I have to have a word with him about the answer I found. Mick is such a good character. He is phenomenal. I love Mick as a character. Again, like, he's definitely the, like, pretty far and away the best, the best sub-member of Korna. Obviously, you know, Jin is the better character, Malice is the better character than he is. But between the three, you know, three lesser members, Mick is so far and away the best one. Like, it's not even close. I mean, I'll talk about him a little bit more next time, but yeah, that will do it for this time. And next time,
Smash! Ray of light!
Good on you.
You better die.
Master Pawn is imagining, but Poppy definitely
Yeah, next
feels
time
great.
we go and hunt after Jin. But until then, see you guys later.